It may be old-fashioned, but I was taught that thought is words, arranged in grammatically precise ways. There is a crisis of literacy in this country. One study estimates that some 30 million adult Americans are functionally illiterate and cannot read or write well enough to answer a want ad or understand the instructions on a medicine bottle. Literacy might not be an inalienable human right, but it is one that the highly literate founding fathers might not have found unreasonable or even unattainable. We are not only we are not only not attaining it as a nation, statistically speaking, but we are falling further and further short of attaining it. And while I would not be so simplistic as to suggest that television is the cause, I believe it contributes and it is an influence. Everything about this nation, the structure of its society, its forms of family organization, its economy, its place in the world has become more complex, not less. Yet, its dominating communications instrument, its principal form of national linkage, is one that sells neat resolutions to human problems that usually have no neat resolutions. It is all symbolized in my mind by the hugely successful art form that television has made central to the culture, the 30-second commercial. The tiny drama of the earnest housewife who finds happiness in choosing the right toothpaste. When before in human history has so much humanity collectively surrendered so much of its leisure to one toy, one mass diversion? When before has virtually an entire nation surrendered itself wholesale to a medium for selling? Some years ago, Yale University law professor Charles L. Black wrote, "Forced feeding on trivial fare is not itself a trivial matter." I think that society is being force-fed with trivial fare, and I fear that the effects on our habits of mind, our language, our tolerance for effort, and our appetite for complexity are only dimly perceived. If I'm wrong, we will have done no harm to look at the issue skeptically and critically, to consider how we should be resisting it. I hope you will join me in doing so. All right, so that is the conclusion of The Trouble with Television. I just wanted to remind you guys to read back over it. Look for the types of words that the author uses to show his perception or his perspective on what television's effects are on people. And I also want you guys to when you reread this, also kind of substitute like YouTube and your tablet. And we might not watch TV as much, but substitute that for screen time in as a whole, and just see what kinds of if you can come up with new meanings or new thoughts about how you can apply his thoughts about television to screen time in general. And so that's part of what we'll be doing with this essay, is looking closely at how the author gets his point across. So I want you to be looking for point of view, his perspective, his word choice, his organization, and pulling those things apart so you can make more meaning from what we're reading here. Thank you.